Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High Yah. This is the day that He has made, and I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. To Yah be all the praise and all the glory. I do hope that you are well. I came to finish what I started with the message, with this or will this or way. There was some practical advice that I wanted to give to you in that video. It went longer, and so I didn't get to share those, and the Ruach has been pressing on my spirit to finish it, because many times we focus on the spiritual, which is good, but there's a natural side of us, you understand me, that we neglect, and sometimes when you're going through some stuff, you need practical. What do I do practically? Yes, I'm fasting, yes, I'm praying, but what else in the natural? What can I do in this situation? You understand? And so I want to share some of the things that I learned in the process that I went through. But before I share those with 7 points, I want to finish a thought that I had written here, because at the time that I was preparing that message, I have a good Christian pastor friend, and he and I had a conversation, and in the conversation he asked me, he said, when is your next video coming out? I said, I'm working on it. I was working on Will This or Will This Away. So in the conversation he said, boy, so would you leave this job now if someone offered you more money? And I told him no, and he was shocked. And I told him I would not leave my job for more money, but only if it was Yah's will. Because especially at that time, that is what I was preparing. But when you would have gone through some stuff in your life, and you would have experienced some things, you know that, listen, I didn't try some certain things. It didn't work. Right now where I am, I'm not doing anything unless I know it is His will. Don't matter the glitter, don't matter how the gold, don't matter how good it look. I need to know that it is His will, and you can get more money and be out of His will. You understand me? Not because it's more money means it is His will. Many times we quote the scripture, oh, but He wants you to prosper and be in peace, even as your soul prosper. Prosperity doesn't mean more money, There are a lot of more things, and prosperity is about. That's health, that's wealth, that's wellness, that's success with your children and everything. That's not just money. You understand? That's not just money. And a lot of persons have more money and their family life is in chaos. Their children going astray. Do you understand that? So you don't just go running after money. You need to know that His will. You need to know that it's His time for that move. You understand me? In His will, there is protection. In His will, you are safe. You and your family are safe and protected. In His will, you are provided for all your needs. Mental, physical, emotional. You understand me? In His will, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. You are at peace. You're in shalom. And according to some, I may not be making a lot of money. I ain't driving no fancy car and wearing all the fancy clothes and stuff. But let me tell you something. I don't have problems sleeping in the night. You understand me? I am in shalom. All my needs are met. My children are well. You understand me? I am able to give to those in need without worrying, or, you understand me? Like, if I give that, I can't pay my rent. You understand me? Because I'm in His will, and where He lead you, where He guide you, He provide. And we need to understand that. So yes, the money may be good. The position is good. But is it His will for you? That may be good, but maybe the timing. So you want to know that when I leave here, point A, to go to point B, the Father is saying, okay, yes, go. You understand me? You can go. You understand me? This is the timing now for you to move. And so that's me. I hadn't been through too much now to just be running after money and this and that and all that stuff. You understand? Not a dasa. Okay? So I just wanted to finish that thought there. You want his will in everything. In everything. You want his will. Psalms 34:18-22. Yah is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and save such as be of a contrite ruach. Many afflictions of the righteous. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yah delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones, not one of them are broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. Yah redeems the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. You understand? When you trust in Yah, he can perfect your way, he can make your way clear, plain. When Daniel went into the lion's den, those lions, they may have been hungry, but they couldn't bite him. They couldn't eat him. You understand? And so we need to know that whatever we are doing, it is the Father's will for us. Because in his will, we're going to be protected and he's going to keep us safe. No harm is going to come to us. And if it does, it's not going to destroy us. It will not consume us. It will not take us out. Do you understand? Okay, so you have repented, prayed, fasted. You have sought the Father's first preferred will in your life, but there is a wait. What do you do while you wait for your breakthrough? He said to me to walk through it. I had many prophecies spoken over my life, and we do not understand prophecies. You see, the prophecy where you are going, but sometimes they do not see the process. So they do not tell you what you have to go through to get there. So we think it's smooth sailing. You understand me? Oh, shall the prophet tell me I can be this and I can do that and I can have this and I can have that. You understand me? But he didn't tell you that coming 10 years later, and in the meantime, you may get ill. You can go through some family situations. Your marriage can get turned upside down. Your family can have this and that. And you understand me? Sometimes they don't see that. Do you understand? But they telling you what they see at the end of that process, at the end of that road. But sometimes we don't see the in between, the process. You understand me? The Most High told Abraham, you will be a father of many nations. Abraham didn't expect that to be all those many years later. You see what I'm saying? Yah could speak a word to you. It may not happen right then. You may have to wait. So in the meantime, what do you do while you're waiting? You understand me? And so once we get a word, we think it's smooth sailing. Any difficulties that come, it cannot be the Most High. You understand? That's our thinking. This can't be Yah. That was me. This ain't the Father's plan for me. Something wrong here. I did something wrong. I missed him some kind of way. I gotta try to get out of this. You understand? This can't be it. You know? So many times we've spoken on the spiritual, which is good. We encourage spiritual fast, pray, seek him. You understand? And that is the most important thing. But we are both spiritual and natural. We are spiritual beings having a natural experience. You understand? We are supposed to take that spiritual and put it in our natural. Spiritual principles applied to our natural daily life. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You understand me? And that is where a lot of us have the difficulties. Walking it, living it. How do we take the principles and apply it? Right? So many spiritual people have difficulties living naturally because we think once it's spoken in the spirit, it's just going to happen. Puff! Just like that, magic. It's just going to appear. It's going to fall from the sky. You see? And so when you're going through, many people don't know how to advise you. And that's why they don't know the advice, and they only say to you, oh, fast and pray and wait on the Most High, and it can work out and da-da-da. But you want to know, okay, what do I do now? You understand me? I'm dealing with this situation. How do I handle it? How do I handle it? You understand me? He told me that this is going to happen, but look at what's happening. What do I do? And so it becomes frustrating, and that's where a lot of people become discouraged. You understand? People become discouraged in that process, because a lot of us, we don't understand. And then on the other hand, you have some people who say, okay, God tell me he can do this, I just sit down waiting for him to do it. I'm just gonna wait. They're the people who expect it to fall out of the clouds and that puff experience. You understand me? God told me that I'm gonna have a new job, I'm gonna own a business, I'm gonna be the CEO of a company. He can deliver me from drugs and alcohol. He can fix my marriage, he can give me a house and all this stuff. And so you're just sitting there. Literally, there's some people who just sitting there waiting. You know, you talk to them, child, I'm trusting in God, he can bring it to pass. But you need to do something. You need to get a job. You understand? You have people like that. You understand me? They don't know how to apply it in their practical life. Get up and work with your hands. He promised the black to bless the work of your hands. Okay? And so these people are just waiting on you, and that is it. Okay? But while you wait, there are practical, natural things you can do. The Most High practice you financial increase. Maybe you get another job. Add some stuff onto your business. You know, you got to do something. Increase your investments. Something. You understand? He said he's going to give you a job. You have to go and look for it. You have to maybe send out a resume somewhere. Maybe you have to do a course. You got to prepare. And the field that you decide to work in, to, you know, so when the job comes, you can be better qualified for it. So you're preparing for it. You're preparing. You go and do take out a skill in that field. You understand me? He promised you a business. Learn a trade. You understand me? You know the area that your gift is in, that you want to do, the talent you have. You may be good at electronics. Go and take a course in electronics to enhance that. You understand me? Go get a business plan, get a business, a license. There are things that you have to do. You're preparing. You understand? He promised you that he can deliver you from drugs and alcohol. Maybe it didn't happen just like that. So maybe you need to go to counseling. You need to find a group to sit and talk through the process. Maybe you need to go to rehab. Change your environment. Change your friends. You understand? So there are natural things that we need to do. You understand? And that is where we need to put our mind, you know, on the natural. How do we function naturally based on what the Father has said to us spiritually? How do we bring that spiritual into our natural? Right? And a lot of people, we have challenges with that, and we need clarity. I didn't understand many times. I didn't understand. And there was no one to really give me that spiritual insight. You understand me? I kept getting a lot of prophecies. I began to get tired. I began to despise the prophecies because it was too much. But you ain't telling me how to work in this situation. How am I to deal with this? I need to know how to deal with it now. I am in it now. What do I do? You understand? But they couldn't give me that. And so all the answer was to me, child, just faith, just fast and pray. He can do it. He can do it. Looking back now, I understand a lot better. And I want to encourage our sisters. It is so important for you to have a relationship with the Most High for yourself. I am finding that many sisters only have a relationship with the Most High through their husband, through their man. You understand me? You ain't seeking the Father for yourself. You're not hearing from the Most High, the Ruach HaKodesh, for yourself. And that's like many church members. They only hear from the Most High through their pastor. Oh, my pastor say God said to tell me this. My pastor say God say that. What did the Father say to you? No, but my pastor say God say. You can only say what your pastor say God say. You need to hear what he's saying to you for yourself. You understand? Because you see, the process that you're in may be just for you. It may be just for you. The journey that you're in now may be just for you. And I had to realize that it was for me. And so I needed to hear from the Father for myself. I needed to get instructions from him, and I had nothing to do with my husband. I remember elderly foreign lady missionary who was at the assembly years ago. Didn't have any children then. But one Sunday after the service, she walked past me and she said, "Let me tell you something, girl. The call and the purpose on your life ain't got nothing to do with your husband." She said, "What the Father, where he's taking you, ain't have nothing to do with your husband. So that's you." You understand? And at that time, I didn't understand it. You see? But I realized too that many people around me saw the divide, I guess, in us, or that we weren't supposed to be together. I don't know if but there were a lot of things that were said that used to have me confused, because I thought that we were married, we were one. You know, so what you mean when I go and have to do with my husband and something? And so a lot of things too wasn't helping my situation now, you know. But now looking back at it, I do understand the process was for me, because it didn't change my ex-husband's attitude towards me. Me having that big baby ain't changed nothing. He now happy, he get 2 children, everybody talking, he's a little tiny man with this big baby. He said, the doctor say, "Use the daddy." Oh, that's so funny. He said the doctor said them, "Use the daddy." There's a 12-pound baby, use the daddy. And so he was just excited. "Miss, you done do your part now. I get my beautiful daughter that looks so much like me, and I get this son. I only want this house, this apartment, this property. You could go your way." That was still his attitude towards me, you know. Yeah, so the rejection was much. But it was my process. The Father wanted me to walk through it, because like he said to me before, there's some women that you gotta talk to and you ain't been through nothing. But you gotta be able to speak to them. So it was a journey for me to go through. And I was trying to involve him. Okay, and one of the things that I found out is that ain't falling from the sky. You gotta actually do some stuff. You need to put your ears to the ground and hear what the Father is saying to you. A lot of people around, they are not even understanding what you're dealing with. You understand me? They are not understanding what you need. So you need to hear from the Father. And that's what I had to do. When I kept looking to people to give me instructions and help me, they couldn't help me. They were telling me what they see, but they couldn't tell me how to handle what to do in this situation. So I had to begin to listen to the Father, the voice of the Ruah in me. And one of the things he said to me, write the vision for your life. What are your goals? What are your plans? What is it that you want to do? Habakkuk 2, and he gave this to me, said, write the vision, do it, tarry, wait for it, it shall come to pass. You understand me? So where you are now is not where you are supposed to be. You didn't walk through a road and it's a dead end. You're going through it. And that's why I had to realize I thought I was going to die in the process. But when the Ruah said to me, write the vision, I knew that there is more for me. This is not my end. This is not for me. So I wrote what I wanted to do, how I saw my life for me, my children. You understand me? How I wanted to live. I wrote my plans and my goals, the things I wanted to accomplish, the things that I was trying to accomplish there that I just was not able to accomplish, you know. And so that goal, that vision that I wrote was my motivation. It gave me something to look forward to, and I would live there. I stuck it where I could see it every day on my dresser, and I saw that. And in my head, that is where I was. This is where, this is the goal right here. You understand me? And so I'm going through this because this is where I go, and right here. So I got to go through this to get there. To get there. You understand? And so to my married sisters, my end, I realized, was a divorce. I was not supposed to die in there. I was going to go to divorce, even though some people are saying the father can move him out your life completely. And so it gave me the impression that, okay, yeah, you can be a widow. But no, that wasn't it. I was going to go through a divorce. And the father confirmed that to me. You understand? But he may be saying to you, he can restore your marriage. This is the marriage that's going to be a mirror reflection of how healing brokenness in a marriage and how he heal and restore it. You can't see it now. You can't see it now. This man treating you bad. He gone off with his woman. He carrying on. He ain't taking care of you. But the Ruach saying to you, listen to me. You wait. I'm going to heal this marriage. I'm going to bring it back together. I'm going to make this beautiful for me. You understand me? What do you do in that situation? How do you handle that? Do you hear me? That's a real situation. Practically, what do you do? You understand? What do you do? This man treating you bad and everything else, but the Ruach saying to you, that's the man for you. He can turn around, he can love you, and you can't see it. What you do? You take your eyes off your husband. Do not focus on him. You focus on what the Father is saying to you. You understand? You hold on to the word he's given to you, regardless of what the man or how he's behaving. You understand me? You let the Father fix you. You let him heal the brokenness in you. You understand? What character flaws do you need to correct to be a better woman to your man? Maybe your mouth, you get some issue, whatever the issue is. Some childhood issues you didn't address that can be affecting your relationship with your man. You have some unfulfilled goals. Maybe like me, instead of you going and finishing your college degree, you went and get married and you wanted a business and you got caught up in the marriage, and so you neglect all of your other sides, and all of that had you angry and irritated because you gave everything to this marriage and you didn't work on your dreams and your goals. You understand me? So now there's an opportunity while you're waiting for the Father to fix it. You could go probably take up a skill. Refresh a skill. Try to get that business goal going, that business dream going. You understand? So when it comes together, you still don't feel like you had a disadvantage. You get something now to bring to help enhance the marriage. You understand me? You work on you in the process while you wait. You understand me? You work on you. And then for my sisters like me who went through divorce, I needed a plan A. I had a plan A and a plan B. You understand me? When I first tried to get the divorce in 2005, I had to borrow the money. The next time I didn't have to borrow the money. That's why I say where he guide, he provide. You see? But I had a plan A and I had a plan B. My plan A was to get the property for my children inheritance. I wanted to fix it up. We had two properties adjacent to each other. We built on one and another piece. And my plan was to make that into a farm, grow my food and stuff, fix up the apartment, fence it in. The yard was not fenced, and I had plans for that. Or the plan B was, if I didn't get it, then of course I need to get a place that was suitable for my children and I so that we can be comfortable. So I had a plan. Now I want to tell you something about this. While I had my plan, I also got legal advice. And when I went to the lawyer, she was a sister. The first thing she asked me was, is your name on the deed? The property deed? And I told her yes. She said, well, you good. She said, because many of women, she said, I don't understand, and it is in the Bahamas, whose name is not on the deed. Sisters paying for the mortgage and everything, but their name is not on the deed. They got it together in the marriage as a couple, but their name is not on it. If that is the situation, when you go to the court, it's going to be a problem. Because you see, instead of being entitled to half, you now only entitled to what he decides. You understand me? He can give you something. You understand? And I had an experience that I have to share with you, because this situation is real. See, I'm talking about natural and spiritual. We got to do some things in the natural, sisters. We got to make sure that we're covered in the natural. sister got married. I knew her when I was very young, intern at her job. And so many years later, now I'm going through, went to the park, I met her. She was the pastor's wife. I remember the man used to come and pick up and whatever. They were young couple, and they got married. When she told me his name, I realized that he was one of the famous pastors here. But okay, shalom. I had an interruption, but I'm going to continue because, believe it or not, that's the fourth time that I have had to stop and recording this. So you may see where we had to join it, but that's what I would have to do. But I will share with you about an experience I had with another sister that I knew, who, when I was going through, I went to the park one day with the children, and she was there sitting down, and I remembered her. She remembered me too, and I went, so we sat and we were talking, and she began to share with me her experience with going through a divorce with her pastor husband. She was the first lady in the assembly, but he left her for a prophetess. That's the thing here, but at that time I wasn't following what was going on in Christianity church. And so she ended up being outed because her situation was, she was the wife, the first lady. She knew nothing about the finances. She thought he had taken care of a lot of stuff. Her name would have been on the paper. He's leaving her. They went through the divorce in the court. I don't even remember. I don't think she even had a lawyer. She didn't even have money like to afford a lawyer. You understand me? So he went, his name was, what he had was in the church name or something like that. And so anyway, at the end of the day, the court here, the law in the Bahamas is 50-50. Okay? It's no longer where the man have to take care of the woman and do all this stuff. It's 50-50. Either he pay you out, you pay him out, or the properties, whatever you all have together, the assets is sold. They had 3 children in private school. She had to pay half of everything. If the school fee was $1,000, she was supposed to come up with $500. You understand me? So when you go to court and your salary matters, you have to show the court your financial position. She didn't have a job. She didn't have any money. So what had to happen with her? Her children had to come out of the school because she now could not pay her half. She had to take her 3 children out of the school, out of the private school, put them in government school. Now this is a whole different thing for them because now they used to living as pastors' children and all this stuff. You understand me? She found out that he had the house or whatever in the church name, and so she had to leave the home. She ended up having to move in the house with her elderly aunt. She had nowhere for her and her 3 children to go. Do you understand me? See, we want to be very spiritual, and we think everything is just gonna be, and we don't take care of these natural things. Do you understand me? And many of us, we trust our man, and there's nothing wrong with that. When you get married, you expect this man to take care of you. But sisters, look to see that that is happening, that he is actually taking care of you, that your name is on his property or whatever. You understand me? To secure yourself. Do you understand me? My mother used to say, only the father don't change. Man is change. Do you understand that? And a lot of us have like our head in the cloud and we and hard and all this stuff, even in Israel. You understand? But I can get there. Okay? And so when I went, I found the lawyer sister tell me, you good? You're entitled to 50%. He can't do nothing with that property unless let me tell you something, when we went to court, this man did not want me to have nothing. He wanted everything, including the 2 children. And the judge said to the lawyers, hold on, talk to me about this property. Who named this property in? Is this tenant in common is the term? And they looked at her, his lawyer, and my lawyer said, yeah. So she said to him, what are you talking about? You don't own that. That belongs to both of you, 50-50. I sit there, it's like, Father, what is this? Do you understand? Because he's telling them now this and that and da-da-da-da. I would have been just like the sister right there. Do you understand? The Most High give us wisdom. He give us wisdom. And a lot of us, we ain't walking in wisdom. We're not walking in it. We walking in the spirit. The Ruach HaKodesh is the spirit of wisdom. You understand? And so my next point to you is save your money. Save your money. You going through a situation right now, save your money. To carry out any plans you have, sister, you're going to need money. Do you understand me? We have to be prudent, and as I was just saying, we need to walk in wisdom. The Ruach HaKodesh is the spirit of wisdom. He ain't just about you speaking in tongues and prophesying and all this stuff. Sweetie, when you come down, reality can be right there looking you in your face. You understand me? And we got to be real. It can be right there in your face. You understand? There's a time for everything. There's a time to be all up there, and there's a time to be down and sober. The scripture even tell you to be sober and to be vigilant. And some of us, we even be trying to be vigilant. We want to be drunk in the spirit all the time. Come down. Open your eyes, see. You understand? I want to share with you another experience. When I went through the first time, remember I said I borrowed the money. I believe that with the Father God, He provide. When the Most High spoke to me and confirmed to me that the divorce, and in fact, He even used my 2 children. In 2012, my 2 children came to me and said to me, Mommy, it's time for us to go. We got to get out of here. We can't stay no more. You understand me? Now, in 2011, a sister already confirmed the very word that the Father, I didn't know her. She met me once, sat on the side of the church. She knew my friend. But she called a friend about a few days later, and she said to the friend, I got a word for, all 3 of us is natural, but the natural sister was tall. So she told her that the word of knowledge was, the marriage is dissolved in the spirit, but wait for the manifestation in the natural. And that was the exact word that He said to me. When He told me to go back to my house, He said to you, wait for the natural manifestation. I gotta wait. What do I do in the wait? You understand me? I got a job. When I got that job, I didn't go crazy. I didn't work for 3 years prior to getting that job. It wasn't that I didn't try. You understand me? But nothing wasn't happening. When my son came to me, my son, at that time, he would have been about 5, came to me one day and he said, Mommy, why are you not working? I said, but I tried. I couldn't get a job. He said, Mommy, it's time. I said, what? Came to me. I was on the yard reading. My little boy came to me and he said, Mommy, it's time for you to go to the people for the job. He said, it's time. My daughter came and said, time for what? He said, he started to cry. Ariel, it's time for Mommy to get the job. She said, nope. I told her, I don't want Mommy to wait. I ain't going to be beat around no school and da-da-da-da. He was passionate. It's time, Ariel. It's time for Mommy to get the job. And I told him, I said, come inside. We can pray. We can pray. And the Father can direct me. And be you sure it was time. Because when I went to look, the very person I needed to see was standing like he was waiting for me. And I got the job. You understand? And so, the first thing the Ruach was to me, you got to save your money. I was making not a lot, but it was enough to pay for my divorce. So every month I got paid, I took $500 out of that and I went to pay the lawyer. I had $100 that I would throw in a Jesus to save, and the rest, which was about, I was making like $800. You see that? And to pay for to take care of my 2 children. You understand? And so that's what we live on until I had already paid for the rest for the divorce. So by the time my divorce was completed, I didn't have no lawyers calling me saying, you owe us money, you owe us this. I paid them. In fact, I was calling them and saying to them, look, I didn't pay you. You need to hurry up, get me a court date. You understand me? I living in this mess. You understand? You gotta hurry. And it took 3 years. 3 years. 2013, the divorce was granted. I didn't get to completion until 2016. But in that wait, the Father showed me you need to save. That was an opportunity for me to save. Do you understand that? I didn't have to go and borrow nothing from nobody. You see? And I said, my children, be saving, because if we have to get it, and especially when I went through in that divorce, when I got to the ancillary matters, I was like, thank you, Father. Because the way he was carrying on, and if I couldn't show the court that I was able to take care of my 2 children, I'd have to take my children out of school, out of the private school. You see what I'm saying? So I thank the Father that in that waiting period, I was saving my money, buddy. You sisters, you feel you gotta look good and you gotta buy this and you gotta buy that and you need to look a certain kind of way, the man don't want you. You know, you have some people who can tell you, oh child, he have another woman, or you gotta fix up yourself. You need to fix up nothing. You need to save your money. The man then say he don't want you. What you want to spend money for, trying to convince him or something? He don't want you. Save your money, so whatever your situation have turn out, you're gonna have money to take care of your plans. You understand me? Don't get caught up with foolishness. You're going to have plenty time to do that. You see, you have a lot of people come around you talking and saying crazy stuff. Stay sober. Stay vigilant. Stay calm. You save your money. You understand? I had a sister. Not a sister. There was another one. This sister that I'm going to tell you about now, that was a good friend. She was having the same problem. Husband left in a nice home, but her name was not on the property at all. She was the one for most of it. She carried the mortgage and everything. But when I asked her, because I'm telling her now what I experienced, and with the court and everything, her name was not on her property. I was like, how did that happen? She's like, I don't know. I just used to, she knew nothing. She just used to let him deal with anything, everything. You know, he dealt with her money, how she worked. The money was ours, just like me in my marriage. It was ours. His money, he told me, was his money, but my money was our money. Okay? And so, anyway, I helped her to get a job. And I told her, I said, you're in a better situation than I am because your children are grown. My children, you know, she had 2 teenagers at the time. One was working, one was still in the private school. I said, but at least he is still taking care of all the bills in the house. He may have left, but at that time he was taking care of all the bills in the house. You understand me? So I said to her, you and your daughter can save. You don't know how this is going to turn out. You understand me? You need to have some money. And the event he stopped, and this is why I said to my sister, if he stopped paying, at least you would have some bill. In the meantime, you're working, save your money. Okay? About 2 years later, it was her birthday. She came to my office. I said, let me take you out for lunch. And she began to tell me what she was dealing with. He had stopped paying. How she know he stopped paying the electricity bill? It got turned off. She didn't know. It got turned off, the cable got turned, everything was getting turned off. And I said to her, she looked so distressed. I said, but you have money, right? There's 2 years she's been working for us. She looked at me, she shook her head. No. I said, you don't have no money? She said, no. I used to give the sister money. Do you understand that? She said to someone, you know, some days she just put money in my hand. Because I said, you know, I know what I've been through. I know how difficult it is. You understand me? She saved nothing. One day I spoke to her about buying lunch every day. I said, sis, you don't need to buy lunch every day. You need to save. Save it. Oh, John, you need to take care of myself and da-da-da. You don't need to spend $8 and $10 every day on lunch. So 2 years later, her man now, he ain't paying nothing no more. He ain't helping her fix her car no more, but she have no money. I said, what you can do? You know, she was just in despondency and she was whatever. And I was like, oh my goodness. She said, I didn't listen. And she said, I didn't listen to you. I didn't understand what you were saying to me then. And she focused on him and he's the man and he's supposed to do this and he's supposed to do the next thing. I said to you, this is what the court says. It's 50-50. Even if you were to go to a court, your daughter is in a private school, you're going to have to pay the school fee. You understand me? Right now, he was doing it for 2 years. I ain't asking you for nothing, paying the mortgage, doing everything. You understand me? You were supposed to save. Sisters, I'm saying to you, we got to be wise. Do you understand me? Do you know where my good sister is today? In the grave. Do you understand that? Because it became a lot. Couldn't deal with it. The stress. Got ill. And no matter how I tried to help her and show her. Do you understand? My good, she's in the grave. Okay? She died. I want you to encourage you, save your money. Do you understand? You're going to have plenty time. When I walked away, when I found that I was not qualified to get the property from my ex-husband and everything else, I had to go to Plan B. But I had money for Plan B. Okay? I paid for my furniture. I paid for my divorce. When I left there, that day, July 5th of 2016, I had a couple good $1,000 saved. People were wondering, why you get your apartment? Who can pay? I paid for everything. I didn't have to go and ask nobody for a penny. You understand me? I told my children we only go in places where we don't have to spend no money. We can eat before we go. You understand me? If I took them out to functions that they had, I bought them a popcorn or something for $1 or some little drink. But I made sure before they went, they were filled. I tried to show my friend this. You understand me? When I was going, I said, come. Went to a museum. You understand me? But people got to warn, you got to understand. We live in real. You can't control what a man decides to do. You can't change the law. That's what it is. The Father gave us wisdom. You understand? But we got to listen to somebody else's experience, advice from other people. Some of us want to believe the pie in the sky thing, and she was one of them. Oh, she said, say, God, get me, child. He can take care of me. He can do this. I say, sister, the Father give you wisdom. You got to do some things yourself. He ain't coming down and can do it for you. You understand me? Okay. Number 3, be silent. You learn from listening, not talking. Focus on hearing what the Ruach is saying to you. Try not to get in any argument. Do not talk to any and everybody about your plans or about what is going on. Be careful what information you share with your quote-unquote friends and family. You do not want to tell someone something who's going to tell him, or tell someone who can tell him what you're saying. Stay away from contention and strife. The Ruach HaKodesh told me to stop talking to my friends. He said to me, do not tell them anything. They are watching you be destroyed. You understand me? That's what he said to me, and he showed me that in a dream. My friend sitting on a rock, and I was falling down into this. It looked like a well. It was water, but it was a bit water. And I'm falling down in, and as I fell, I could look up, and I see her just sitting on the rock, watching me fall down into the big, like just water, like a tunnel, just going down into this watery whatever. And when I woke up, he said, stop talking. Stop telling them things. Don't tell them anything. You understand me? He said, don't share anything with them. You understand me? And sometimes the advice that they were giving you was just crazy. And many times they calling you because they just want to hear what's the next episode. Your life is the lifetime, what they call it, the young and the restless as the world turns. All my children episode. I actually experienced, so what's going on now? What's going on? Hey, what's next? I was like, nothing. Everything good. What? All right, everything good. That's the one tell me, don't talk to nobody. I applied for legal separation. Everybody woke me up one morning and they said, go and take it out. Don't go through it, take it out, and don't tell nobody nothing. After that process, I found out that people who were supposed to be my friend knew what was going on, how my ex-husband was gonna show up to the court with lawyer and everything, and I didn't have any. No one was telling me nothing. The day of the court, that evening, they called. What happened? What happened? I said, what happened? Where? You in the court? No, I didn't go. What? You didn't? No, I didn't go. I didn't go. Oh, because he had this and he. Then they can tell me what he had. Do you hear me? Okay. You gotta be listening to the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay? To my sisters who have a relationship with the Most High, I want to encourage you to walk in wisdom. The Ruach may be showing you something that is for you, not to tell your man. Oh, not everything you see means that you have to reveal. The Ruach used to show me things in dream. You can hear the Father speaks to me in dream. And I saw exactly what was doing, different funny manifestations and all this stuff. You understand me? But you don't have to go and say, oh, but the Father didn't show me this, and he didn't show me you this, and he didn't show me da-da-da-da-da-da. You understand me? You don't do that. You don't have to do that. You silent. Keep your mouth closed. I only spoke when I woke up from a dream. If the Ruach said to me, tell him. That's when I used to tell him. Other than that, I kept it closed. I didn't say anything. I used to be like, what is this? Didn't say nothing. One time I had a situation where the bank called me and told me what my ex-husband was doing against us, working against us. And I was like, the Ruach said to me, nothing. Don't say anything. Leave it. I didn't say a word. You understand? Sometimes you gotta be silent because sometimes it is what it is, depending on your situation. At that time, that's your enemy. You understand me? So the Father's showing you the plans that they have for you. You don't go and expose them and let them know that you know what's going on. You just now got to know how to do what you need to do. And you do it silently. Some of us talk too much, and that's what's put us in problems. You understand? Talking to the wrong people. If you need to talk, and yes, you will need to talk. You understand? Because this is an emotional situation you're going through. Go to a counselor. That's what the Father told me. He told me to go and get professional counseling. Professional counseling. You understand me? That is natural that you're going to need to share. You have things going on in your mind and your emotions. You need to talk to someone. Go and get a professional counsel who will give you professional advice, especially from a legal perspective, or they connect you with lawyers or someone that you can talk to. Stop talking to your friends, your contentious friends. You understand? So go get counseling, professional help. Number 5, learn to respond and not to react. He may be doing things to hurt you, to get to you, you understand me? Trying to get you very frustrated and messing with your mind. But in that moment, try, when your emotions are running high, try to stay calm. Do you understand? Try, do not react in that moment. That's how some of our sisters end up stabbing the brother and doing all kind of stuff and end up in jail. You understand me? My counselor said to me, that's what she said to me, learn to respond and not to react. See, in the moment you react to whatever he's saying, you say this and da-da-da-da, y'all get angry and you react. She said, recognize what's happening. Recognize that he's trying to draw you into that. You understand me? And when you then get all, you do some stuff and there's a reflection on you. You understand me? But walk away, be calm, and later you can respond to, you then see where his mind is. You be the wiser one. Wise as the serpent and harmless as a dog, and you respond, not react. Okay? But you can only respond when you're calm and you then think it through. Okay? Listen to me, sisters. Stay away from the brothers. Many females in an abusive relationship, brothers do not act like a brother. Too many act like predators and try to prey on your vulnerability. Be careful of these brothers. Do not get emotionally attached to any. You don't need a friend. That's when these come saying, oh, you need a friend, you need a friend. You don't need a friend. Pray and ask the Most High to expose their heart to you. And if you do need a friend to talk to while you have a counselor, find a righteous sister who can be a listening ear to you, but stay away from the brothers. Do you understand me? A lot of time they do more harm than good. Because what they trying to do, like an older sister said to me, the only thing these brothers can do with you is have sex with you, make your situation worse. And sometimes you go into a situation, you know, many of our sisters going through a divorce and thing, and we end up pregnant. You understand me? Go to court pregnant because, you know, you were separated from your husband and you feel like you need someone to talk to and da-da-da-da, so you end up, I tell you a situation I heard of. You understand me? Went to court pregnant. She just made her case worse. Stay away from the brothers. Do you understand? Don't come on. I had a brother come offering to get an apartment. His PhD said, oh, I do this, I do that. I prayed and say, Father, show me. 3 days later in the dream, I saw him dressed real nice. And all I heard was devil. Devil. He was a neighbor. I tell him, you and I can be good neighbors. He was a PhD, doing very well. You and I can be good neighbors. Stay away from the brothers. You understand? Last thing, number 7, get a contract. I want to say this specifically to my unmarried sisters. Do not get married without a contract. I have had brothers of mine say to me that marriage is a business. In all businesses, there are contracts. I decided long before I knew of my Israelite heritage that I will not marry another man without a contract. The world calls it a prenup. You can love me like cooked rice. Write it down. I want it on paper. Everything that my ex-husband and I decided before he got married, his financial commitment to me, what he said, I can do this, I can do that, you don't need to do nothing. When we got married, it changed. Everything changed. Do you understand me? Like November 1st we got married, November 2nd, this is what it's gonna be. And my first thing was, when you were sitting in that church, that's what I thought. While he was speaking, I said, but you didn't say that. Oh, but this is what it can be now. I said, I'm sitting up there, you sitting up there signing a piece of document, talking about signing license or whatever, the registry, whatever that is. Everybody taking picture and smiling. You understand me? Only the Most High know the heart of a man. And the scripture tells us that the heart of a man is deceitfully wicked. Who can know it? Only y'all know it. Write it down. Y'all gave Israel a contract, a covenant. He wrote it down. We call it the Torah. When you have a man coming to you, let him write it down. You understand me? This is my financial obligation to you. When you sign that, let that be a legal document. You know, we have this thing in Israel saying, oh, we don't have to get married with the system. You may not get married to the system, but sisters, you need to have a legal binding document with his commitment to you. I found out in Israel it's called a ketubah. A ketubah is the standard marriage contract that Israelite law requires a groom to provide for his bride on their wedding day. It is intended to protect the woman primarily by establishing the man's financial obligation to her in case of divorce or widowhood. Sisters, things happen. We may not be planning for it to happen, but it happens. Do you understand? And so the Father gave us wisdom that we can be prepared for when certain things happen. I want to encourage my young unmarried sisters, me right now at my age. I told a brother of me who were talking to me, I said, listen to me, buddy. I marry no man without a contract. You can write it down. I can sign that. He's like, what? I said, you serious with you? I have 2 children. You got whatever your children, everything you get. You didn't tell me for you and your children is your children is. I now marry you, and I talking about I being a wife to you and taking care and helping you. What about my 2 children? What about me? Something happened to you in this Bahamas family like come. The first thing they try to do is put you out of the house. You understand me? I'd be a good idiot to go and just think, okay, that's it now. How happy that I live in and da-da-da, and something happens. no security for me and my 2 children. Sweetie, I said, yeah, I need a contract. You understand me? We got to be wise. We got to be wise. You understand? Don't get caught up in all kind of emotions and the glitter and the gold. That's a good thing. But you write it down. You understand me? I want a ketubah. You call it a prenup, call it whatever you like. That's what I'm going to sign. Present that to me. You understand? Love you too. I want it on paper. We talk about real situations. I want it on paper. You understand? So, I hope this video is a blessing to you. Yeah, it's good. All praises to the Most High. I want to read Psalms 20 to you, but you can read it to yourself. Psalms 20 is the psalm that the Most High gave me when I was going through. But I just hope that you be encouraged, you walk in wisdom, and you allow the Ruach HaKodesh to lead you in everything, spiritually and naturally. Because the Father is concerned about everything that concerns us. Okay? Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Shalom.